Alright, so allow me to simplify this one episode in a nutshell. We're going to fix that elevator and I'm going to fix my energy problems. Or well, I really hope so, because one of the things I already know I'm going to be able to do in like 3 seconds, and the other one's going to take me ages. But let's see how that goes. Welcome in to Satisfactory, and it has only been 4 days since my last incident. Unless, of course, we get into an incident right now. So as explained before, we are ready to get the space elevator completed, which is, this whole huge ass thing. And we've prepared the materials. If you remember last episode, or if you even watched last episode, we made these two machines, which then in turn made rotors and these reinforced iron plates. After that episode, I literally hosed all of these materials in here and said, I'm going to make a few smart platings, because that's what we need. And then I let the game run for a little while. And yeah, you can see what's happening here. There's so much materials that they have just clogged up the system, and now power is getting wasted. But who am I to say no to those type of stuff, Let's actually finish this for once and connect this in here. Now all the smart plating will go into this machine and we'll just be ready to complete phase 1. Now whilst these beautiful platings are going all in there, I'm just going to explain real quickly how the phase 1 elevator will work. The phase 1 elevator will basically give us a few items. It will complete a bit of the elevator up there, and it will also give us some new recipes, specifically tier 3 and tier 4. As you can see by how the phase names are over here, we're going to be going through 4 phases. Each phase is going to be much more harder than the other one, and they're going to need materials that you can't just craft up easily. Because if we look into the material that we need, which is smart plating, we can't craft it in the crafting bench. It doesn't show up anywhere over here. We have to automate it. Which is why we have all this beautiful machinery. Just look at it. Can't get any better than this. Machines everywhere, just working. And the best part is we're going to make this even better with us making even more machineries. With this elevator, we're going to be able to unlock even more. Which, speaking of the elevator, all the 50 plates have now been loaded in. Let's go ahead and send these off. So we do that by loading it. It is now loaded, sealed. Well, at least now it's sealed. Is it sealed? Oh, here
Welcome
comes
to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations,
Let's watch
the
this.
Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub.
Automated power.
Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more.
What's the many more?
Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
That was short. I thought it was going to be a bit more, but yeah, that's basically the premise of the space elevator. It's going to unlock us more, and we're going to be able to build the space station up in the air. So, let's go ahead and send the materials. And we can actually watch this go on, because this is something that wasn't before in here. So, quickly into photo mode. There, got shot up. I got my achievement. And right up there should now be a whole thing building up. And boom. Yeah! Look at it go. Oh! Oh! There it is! Holy shit, it's actually huge. Can't even zoom out this much. Oh, I can't zoom out that much. Man, I'm in a cactus zone. But there it is. Space elevator. Do I even have to explain more? It's space elevator. Perfect.
Phase 1 of project assembly completed. This is only the beginning of project assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It
Really?
is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Is this how you guys are tricking like people to work? Like, oh, you're saving puppies and kitties. Do this and you'll save them. Look at how cute kitties are. There, look, they have some cat videos on the house. Not that I'm going to put up some cat videos. I don't watch cat videos. Also, I watch elephant things. Where the fuck these things are. Anyway, now we have tier 3 and tier 4. We've already completed everything on tier 1 and tier 2. I'm putting that on a hold because those jump pads are going to be for something a little too dangerous. Tier 3 and tier 4 are the things we're going to focus on because they have a lot of stuff. And I think there's some stuff moved from the higher tiers into here. Like the hypertubes. But I could be wrong. So let's look into it. And the first thing we need is this right over here. Coal power. And just gonna select that and real quickly finish it. Give me like 30 seconds or something like that. Or just wait until I cut the video. Alright, so now we have all the materials. It's not that much, it's just 50 rotors, 150 reinforced plating, and like what, 600 wires. That's not a lot, right? No, it's a lot, and I'm already bankrupt over how much materials this is. Luckily for me, there was a way for me to pass the time and actually let some of these materials grow. So, let's send the coal power.
Milestone reached. Power
Let this baby
production
fly
can
up.
now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the
Yeah,
water is all
yeah,
to assist with water
yeah,
is a somewhat
yeah, okay, yeah, no, we get it. So, allow me to explain the process of coal production. Or coal power, to be exact. The way the coal power would work is we would need two materials. We would need coal and we would need water. Once we feed those two things into a coal power plant, it will produce us power. So all we have to do is just find resources and get it done. Luckily for me, I actually know where a bit of resources are. And that's exactly where we're going. But before we do that, let's do something that I didn't do on the last episode. Do you guys remember the hard drives? Well, apparently, I didn't know that there was a second little tab over here that would show all the hard drives we would have. So, I decided, what if I just unlock one hard drive per episode? Unless I have to increase it by 2 per episode, or even 3, because there's about 167 hard drives out there. And I've only found like 3, maybe 4, I don't remember. But we got the choice between Caterium wire or fused wire, or the alternative iron wire and fine concrete. I've heard a bit about the fact that iron wire is really good because of, like, it's accessible more to iron since you don't really need to go mine copper. But since I've already done a bit with copper and stuff like that, I'm actually going to re-roll this recipe because both of them are wires, and I feel like, I don't know, I could probably get something better. So let's re-roll. What the fuck is this? Steamed copper sheet? Can't we already make, like, I'm not even gonna question that. Bolted iron plates. That feels like a bad thing. Wait, aren't they already, what? Okay, hang on, I'm collecting this. I'm going to look into this real quickly. Isn't this thing already, it is already metal plates in that. So what's the difference? 6, 12, 1. Oh, okay. No, I get it. So it makes 3 instead of 1. But it ups the recipe by like a tad bit. Fuck it, let's do it. 15 per minute. What could go wrong? We've already done a lot of dumb stuff. Well, now that we're done with that, let's actually move on over to the coal production. Now, normally, I would just grab out the scanner and I would go, give me the location of coal. But I've been looking around a bit whilst we got smart plating, and I know exactly where we're going to make our coal power production. So, give me one edit split to get there. And here we are. I call it the special steel slash coal area because I had no idea what I'm going to do with it. But it's a bit more apparent that I'm going to make coal in here. Although I did call it steel because there was a bit of iron up here somewhere. Like right over here. There was a bit of like iron chunks. So that's cool, but the most important part is the water over here, which we can siphon out, and the coal over here. That was the wrong button to click. It's supposed to be this button. So these are the coals. They're not the best coal, like, they're normal, which is good enough. And here's where we're going to build our coal processing plant, kind of. So, let's look into what we need. First thing first, we need water extractors. We need some way to extract the water. We need miners. Actually, I might as well just put these on the recipe. So we need these two. We also need some way of power, which we're going to use the coal power plants. So we're going to need a bit of coal power generation. I'm going to go with 2. For logistics, we're going to use the Mach 2 belts for the coal. However, we also need one for the pipes. And the way pipes work are a bit different. It's not just, oh, connect the pipes and they work like a conveyor belt. You actually need directional input and output on this. So, we need to put some pipeline pumps on it. I'm going to go for 4 of these. And we're going to need a lot of pipes. I'm not even going to like put a recipe on that. Yeah, that's kind of it. Guess we can go for one of these as well. Yeah, it should be good. We also have a customization option, which I didn't look into before. But, like, I guess they're fine. We can color it later. We still have to get, like, materials and whatnot. So it looks cool. And, like, the whole painting stuff is, yeah. So let's start off. We need... Wow, really? Only 2 portable miners to do all of this. So I have pretty much all the resources except for the miners. Let's see if that's true. So to start off, let's put up the coal power generators. We could put these wherever, and the freighter's back. Great, so we can later on unlock a new recipe. I'm thinking, since the coal is going over there and the water is going over there, how about we actually make it hard for us and put the coal power generator over here? So like think of it this way, you're like pumping all the resources over here, then you need to like brute force it upwards just to fill up this. And then we'd have like another one over here somewhere. All we would need is just get a few pipeline pumps. And like that shouldn't be an issue because these things can produce a lot of power. Or well, they should be able to produce a lot of power. I'm unsure how great they are nowadays. But if they are kind of bad, then we could use power slugs. Like, you know, power crystals. So this could be good. However, since we want to still think of a bit of efficiency, I'm thinking... Actually, no. Right over there is totally a fine place.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
So are you telling me that I'm building these too early? Is that what you're saying? Anyway, let's go on ahead and actually build our pipeline over here. And I thought I'd be able to do a bit more, but...
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Are you telling me this is not water? I'm dipping my whole body, but it seems like it is water. Also, I think I know how water looks like, thank you very much. Man, what an attitude ADA has nowadays. But, yeah, it's water. I don't even know why I had to check. So we have those set up. Issue is how are we going to do the fluid system? Because again, fluid works a bit more differently. Like I could instantly connect it like that, but I'm instead going to actually merge the two things, the two water lines.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note: water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Let's do the merging and whatnot, the junctions right now. So we would have a junction over here, and we can make a junction over here. Thought here was that I'd minimize the amount of like piping I have to do. So the piping over here will instantly go into there. And then we have two types of piping, one that will go instantly up there, and then the second one that will go instantly up there. Perfect. Now we just gotta make the pumps. So one pump for you, that'll go over here. Another pump, that'll go right over there. And two more pumps so that the water can actually flow upwards. One there, and one there. Can I make the power poles now? Okay, so I can make the power pole Mark II now. And that'll make it easier for me. So that I can hook up the wiring right this instant. Because this thing can hold up to 7. Hooking all of these will put me up to 6. Meaning that I'm going to have to get another one up here. Like this. And one down here. With the coal. And presumably later on, iron. Unless there's more coal around here. You know, I didn't check that far. Because there is those two. And there's a, oh, never mind, there is more. That could be good for later coal power plants. But the more we have, the better. So, that's the goal here. Okay, so we got this section done. Now we just need to make the coal. The Mach 1 miners. Unless we want to try getting the Mach 2 miners. That could be a theory we could work with. There goes the fuse. You know what? Fuck this. I'm getting a chainsaw. Let's oh fuck, I don't have fuel. Right, I used up all the fuel. No, it's fine. I can make a crafting bench here. I think I have some biomass with me. Yeah, I can make some solid biofuel on spot. Alright, so now that we've actually restored power and everything, let's is there any power? Okay, I can drag power from here to the plate because we need to drag a power line all the way to the coal place, which should in turn give us enough power to proceed. But first, let's actually get the miners over here. Okay, so let's look into this. Let's look into this in a bit more efficient way. If we make the miners output into a storage crate, we could both separate that out for the coal power production, and we could separate it out for the steel production. Because then later on we can connect all the stuff from the other two coal outputs and put them into here. So that's one theory we can work on. But I'm also going to not work on that. I'm going to wait with some of the stuff. Because we do have to work as fast as possible with everything, so that this power doesn't blow up again. I also am later on going to relocate the power shot from these. Since this is a little bit of an inefficient fuel source, all of these will just go over to the coal power production. But let's see if we can actually drag a line all the way to the coal place. Or at least I hope I'm going to be able to. Just gonna grab a fuck ton of wires. and see if we can go, because a power pole costs about that much. So all we have to do is just grab enough resources to do this. Like 200 of those. Guess I'll grab some plates with me, or at least I would have grabbed plates with me. Seems like we don't have enough plates. Let's see, do we have enough for a storage compartment too? Yes, yes we do. And it won't consume too much. Okay, yeah, let's start tracking the power lines. We can use up to 4 wires per full length. So if we can just do this as efficiently as possible, then it should be fine. And besides, these things could help us out with just future crash zones. I also learned that you could actually scan those outposts. It's just you need to research something a bit more later, more into the story one. We also have the zip line, so this will be a fun thing to work around with. Build this one here so I can actually transition a bit more better. So yeah, I'll see you all when I've dragged the line all the way. This is going to be a long trip. And now we drag the final wire into there. And perfect. We have a power line going all the way. Now let's set up a storage crate right over here. Because that feels efficient enough. Go on ahead and build our 2 miners. Oh, I just realized that makes everything work. Ooh, let's hope they don't actually blow a fuse. But we go all the way with this. And we'll put a merger over here. If I can, for God's sake, find the merger. So, put a pipeline towards here, like this. We can put our merger on top there. And there goes my grid. You know, I had a feeling this would happen. So much has to worry about. Yeah, but it's fine. I'll make it work. Oh, wait, no, you're the wrong one. It's supposed to be a splitter over here. Like so. So if I go like this. Bit of a weird turn, and then... Yeah, okay, that was dumb. And the second one over here. Yeah, sure, why not? Already blown the fuse, so what's the point of explaining all this now? Let's shove the coal in there, and that's going to split in between these two. And now, if I don't fall down, let's see what the issue is. So, first thing first, connect these two to the coal, and let's check out. So, theoretically speaking, our max construction is that much, but our production is of course 0. When we turn it on, what's the issue? Oh, it was because these things didn't work. That's why. Right? Ah, but perfect, it worked now. So there's no issues at all. Let's go ahead and share all of the burden that's over here. Or all the burden that's back with the biomass burners onto these things. But I am a bit scared. If I power these, will it work? It's probably fine. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's go ahead and equip our zipline thingy. And actually, for once, test this out. If I can reach the gosh darn thing. Hey, here we go. And I can already see the first issue. said I was going to make it compatible with the zip line, but then I failed completely hard. That should be fine. Most of the traveling I could do, like through this toxic gas. Oh, and all this wildlife has to go as well. I want this to be a great ziplining experience. But it works. Look at me go. This tree will probably stop me. It didn't. Perfect. Oh yeah, I also found this Caterium outpost, so that's like a good thing. Later on in the future we can actually use some type of jetpack that actually goes on our power. It uses like 100 watts. But it should work. It should be perfect. Allow me to actually take off these and pray that it doesn't actually kill the entire power in one go. 5, 6. Yeah, it works. Our capacity is 240, but our max is 209. So we can still add more to it and it won't actually blow up. And let's quickly get back. Alright, right back over here. We're going to actually add... Oh my god, these are actually loud. So what's that? 187. I think that's better than our 3 biomass burners at maximum. Yeah, definitely better. 465, that's better than whatever the old one was. But it's barely even oh wait, no, the coal. It's doing the coal a bit too fast for my liking. I should probably upgrade the conveyor belts, if that is the case. Oh, and I'm missing a bit for you. Let's just add in the rest of the coal that I actually obtained. Unless I didn't obtain any? For replacing all those would have obtained me some more. Oh well, either way. Now there should be more coal getting processed as fast as possible, because the Mach 1 miners are enough for what we're doing. If I have to, I will boost them, but as you can see, since it's normal outpost, it's very fine. And I'm going to check out the other one over here. Yeah, normal, and the last one should also be normal. Yeah. So perfect. This will be our power production for the time being until we get something better. I also found this little cave over here which had a lot of quartz and the story material. Which, speaking of the story material, let's look into that a bit. So that I could show you some of our future plans. Which hopefully we can get to before some of it gets patched. If it gets patched. It's kind of like a duplication thing. But it's not really a glitch because it's a feature. A glitch would be if it would actually break the game, but this doesn't break the game at all. It's literally a feature in the game. If they wanted to block this, they could have blocked it by blacklisting it. But they haven't, so it works, and it shouldn't even disturb any part of the gameplay. So, I think I mentioned summer sleuths for you guys. What are the few story items that exist? There's 3 story items. The strange antimatter material, or yeah, I think it was another name, but its name is Sam. Mercuries, which are the orbs that had that very weird speaking technique they have. And then there is summer sloops. We had a summer sloop up there which we actually collected quite instantly. And so, the recipes unlocks. If you look into here, the alien technology, you'll see all of the recipes that are required. However, one of the things we want to unlock as fast as possible is this one, the production amplifier. If you didn't know, we have 2 things we can actually do when it comes to machineries. If we look into these machineries in a nutshell, you'll see that there is the clock speed over here and this locked place over here. This locked place is actually for the summer sloop. And the way we would find these summer sloops is we would literally take this object scanner and then we would put it on summer sloops and we'd just find it by running around and looking for it. That's great and all, but to actually unlock the recipe, we actually have to like grab some of these materials. So like alien energy harnessing, we need to get this thing, the sand fluctuation. And then if we want like, yeah, if we want to go further beyond, it's going to unlock us a lot of stuff. But it's going to give us a bit of time. There's even the alien power augmenter, which is something we want to get. It's pretty good. But we mostly want the production amplifier so that we can actually duplicate stuff. Because that's what this does. It does a 2 times multiplier onto everything we craft. So ignoring that for a minute, let's actually look into the tier 3 and tier 4 stuff that we could research. So some of these stuff are actually quite interesting. There's a lot of things over here, but most importantly, we need to unlock 2 things, which is going to be for the materials we're producing. We need to unlock the basic steel production so we can get the versatile framework, and the tier 4 advanced steel production so we can get the automated wiring. This will take us a little while unless I grind a lot later on, but it's not going to be the hardest thing ever, as long as we focus onto these in a more reasonable way. And I'm saying reasonable way because we're probably going to get distracted by something like the enhanced asset security, where we get a xenobastard. You know, just a bat. There's also a lot of other stuff like this fixed blueprints is actually the first time I'm actually seeing this, so I'd like to read this real quickly. If this thing stops scrolling. Blueprint design used to create custom factory design and save them as blueprints. Blueprint can be accessed from the blueprints tab of the build menu. Note that blueprints can only be placed in the blueprint design if they are fully within the boundary frames. Interesting. So can I just like borrow somebody else's build and use this to like build it? Because that would be cool. But apart from those stuff, we also have some of the more viable stuff. Like for example, I can't speak. Vehicles. We can get a tractor and we can make it an automated path to drive, to transport materials. This is actually going to be a super useful thing, as we don't want to use Mach 1 conveyor to transport materials from very far away to here. The tractor is going to be useful because we're going to actually use them to fill up the space elevator. And some other stuff. Only issue I'm going to have with the tractor is, unless we can get a good fuel source, we're going to have to use biomass material. And I don't know if they actually respawn. I haven't seen the trees over here respawn. Oh, wait, have they? No, they've not respawned. So that's a slight issue on that end, but apart from that, I think we have most of the stuff necessary for what we're going to do. Alright, let's not get distracted. How about we actually start off with the basic steel production? And we could just unlock these recipes in like a second. Just 1, 2, 3. Fuck, I have to create the modular frames. Okay, you know what? Scratch that. I'm going to produce the steel on the next episode. Yeah, I'll just do that. So, we're going to wait with the steel production, but I'm going to prepare all the recipes, I'm going to unlock this, and I'm going to get us ready for what's going to happen with steel. Because we still have to make a lot of the materials ready, and of course, unlock as many of these as possible. Because we're going to need the tractors to actually transport the material we need. Basically, the versatile framework. Because I'm not going a whole conveyor belt through the whole plane. So, to everybody out there, thank you so much for watching. I hope you come in on the next episode, which I don't know how long that's going to take. It will probably take me a while. Unless I actually stream the next Satisfactory video. Which, yeah, if you didn't know, I'm streaming. Just a little bit on the side. It's not much, but it's an honest work. But yeah, see you guys in another episode. Goodbye.